S class. Remember, S class is aired every single Saturday. Good afternoon, our lovely viewers. Welcome to S class. Remember, S class is aired every single Saturday of the week. And today we are going to discuss mostly about problems that women face in their life, like women and girls. We have gotten out very many girls and women are always affected by different problems. So today we are going to discuss about the problem that they always face. Remember, I discussed about it by Nangu Health Network and partnership with China Friendship Hospital. You can come to China and get youth-friendly services there for free. Then you can also visit some other centers like Ichirudu, Kawempe for youth-friendly services. So today on the panel we have brought two beautiful ladies, Daisy and Jackie. They are going to be explaining to us some of the problems that women go through. We had to bring in women, not to bring in men, tell us what problem that women go through. We had to bring in women, tell us what problem they have been facing in their communities, maybe the problem that they always see people facing in their communities. Then they will be telling us where they work, what they do for a living. Then we shall proceed with the question. Then I'll begin with my right hand side. They're all my right, but I'll begin with the lady in red. Yes, you can tell us where you work, your names.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, lovely viewers. My name is Daisy Arutun. I work with Uganda Youth Network under the SRH department.
Thank you so much, Daisy. Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone watching us now. My name is Nampijja Jacque. I work with Uganda Youth Network in a component called Police and Governing. Mainly at Uganda Youth Network, Uganda Youth Network is a youth umbrella organization that works mainly to mainstream young people's engagement in governance and democratic processes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jackie. Then, as I was doing my research, I got to know that women are affected with the problem that I got out 9. Then they will telling us what they have, but we are going to go step by step. Maybe to give you briefly what we have access to quality education, then employment opportunity, reproductive health and rights, maternal health, gender-based violence, child marriage, female genital mutilation. Then we also have water and sanitation, and also gender equality. And so far we are going to begin with access to education. I don't know how it affects women. They are going to be telling us, because here UNESCO said found out that 31 million girls in primary schools always don't have access to quality education. I don't know how it affects women. Then they can, maybe Jackie will tell us, how does this thing, let me say quality education or access to education, how does it affect women in this era of ours?
Thank you very much. Looking at most young girls in rural areas, they are highly affected to access education because it is still believed that boys are more important than girls, and thus when an opportunity hits, they will consider girls most. They will consider girls most to access education.
Well, they
will consider boys
more than the girls
to access education, because they believe that we still have parents who believe that maybe
the boys are more valuable. They are more important than the girls.
They are more important, and maybe the girls are like, they look at them like marital. They'll just give them into marriage, basically.
But I think if a girl goes into marriage, it's more important, because for a girl, she'll go up and she gets married to somebody. For a boy, will go and look for the man and can easily build a family or continue with the family.
No way. It depends. When you say that a girl to go into marriage would become more important, it would depend at what age, and also it would depend at how informed this girl is. Because I believe, being a woman, a young woman, I believe if a girl gets education, she would be more informed, and she would handle marriage in a more meaningful way than one who is not educated. She will be in this marriage and she will know her rights. She will not be disrespected because she has acquired education. And it would also help her to support the husband. They would work along because she has the knowledge. But one who is not educated, really, it would be very hard for them to settle in that marriage, or else they would end up being mistreated throughout.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then when it comes to days, how do you think that access to education, does it affect any girl in any way or a woman?
Yes, just like my colleague has said, mostly in rural areas. I'm not saying it's not happening in urban setting, but mostly in rural areas.
Yeah.
Because most of that generation did not acquire education, and also because of the cultural norms that are surrounding that people still rely on in most of the village settings. They believe that the girls, there is no need for a girl to go through school, because at the end of it she's going to be going to her husband, where she's supposed to be submissive. And in some cultures, such as the Buganda culture, they believe that the man is the provider of a family, so they don't see the need for a girl to go to school and then get a job when the man will be providing for everything, which is really a very bad perception. Because as we go on now, we see that everything is getting modernized. Every way of living is we are getting into the ICT sector. Everything is getting digitalized. And if a woman is still illiterate, then she won't be able to, for example, manage, run a family, know exactly what is happening out there, because you're just enclosed into being in. So it is very important for a girl to acquire to get the knowledge or get knowledge from school.
Now it's going back to you, the viewers. Do you think that it's important for a girl to go to school, a girl or a woman, to go through education? Then still it's important. How is it important? And how does it become a problem to a woman or to a girl? The question goes back to you. You can always drop your comments there. You can share your knowledge on that, and we shall be reading them out maybe later on after the show. Then we are going to go to, they are saying employment opportunities, because nowadays we have seen very many women are employed, and now for them they are saying that still the employment opportunities are still low when it comes to women. And to my case, I think that's not a fact. And they are going to tell us, because they are saying in every country, women are always not given the opportunity of getting jobs. They look at them as people who are supposed to be in the kitchen and people who are supposed to be at home. I don't know how it becomes a problem. Then they are going to let us know. Maybe if I begin with this, do you think like employment opportunities are not a problem to a woman who is out there, a woman or a girl, when it comes to opportunities of employment? Do you think that they consider men than the women nowadays? Not
that much. I think there is still inequality in opportunity, in employment opportunities, because there are still some sectors or some jobs whereby a woman will go to ask for a vacancy and they will say that is a man's job, which is really wrong. If a man can do something, that means I can also do. It determines on my will, my energy that I can put in. So if I'm willing to do something, why am I not given? If I have the education that a man has, if I have the same qualifications, if I am even more qualified than a man, then why should it be given to a man and I'm not? Which is really a very big problem. It is still happening in the sectors, in different sectors, that women are still unemployed, but also those who are employed discriminated. For example, we may be having the same job, me and you, same position, but a woman will be paid less. Now, it's believed that a woman's bargaining power is still very low.
Sure.
So, yes, women cannot be on a table and make the right bargaining, have the right bargaining power compared to a man. So they are easily exploited in that area.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Then if maybe we should go the other side, which kind of job do you think we can do and a man can do?
There's nothing.
Sure.
A woman can do whatever a man can do. Name it.
Let me see. Laying bricks, building, they are.
Yes, we can do anything. We can even ride motorcycles now. We can build, we can dig trenches.
See, the kind of job that a woman that can do kind of job. I'll get it in a
Even digging.
Digging, that's for women. If you
Who
look at our
says?
area,
That is the perception we are talking about. How
I
can
want
you
to be
say?
informed, not men.
No,
Come on.
no, says who? Why is it written?
You know the culture that we have been going,
That
like
is
the
the
way we have been
problem.
raised.
Culture is the problem. Culture is the
Ah.
problem. Those are some of the negative norms that we are supposed to be addressing that are still putting women down.
Okay, that's
You
good.
see?
Like, do you think that being unemployed is a problem to a woman?
It is a very big problem.
How does it become a problem?
I would say one, when a woman is unemployed and she is married, she would forever be taken for granted. Leave alone then in the 80 years whereby I would say to a certain extent men respected women to a small extent. They respected them in a way that they knew they were supposed to provide, and yes, maybe they used to provide, but trends have changed right now, and you find that when a woman is not employed, she will be underlooked. She will be underlooked by the husband, because even when the husband loves you so much, at a certain point is going to feel you're a burden. You're not helping him. That is why you find some men who are not, for lack of a better word, who are not learned. They will say that the woman is only eating and she's not doing anything. So I believe it's very important for women to be employed so that they can work along with the husband. They can all be supportive to the family to help their,
Do you know that sometimes if some women are always employed, they always neglect the work that they are supposed to do at home, like cooking, like taking care of the kids, or washing dishes, or washing clothes for the kids or for the husband. Sometimes women always neglect all those things because of their kind of nails. They always have long nails, painted nails.
It is a perception men have, but like I've said, trends have changed and trends have changed. Unlike way back then where women never used to work, these days women have stood up and have come up to say that they can work, and they demand for equal opportunities. So if a woman is working, she will get a house help, someone who will help her. But that doesn't mean that the woman has completely neglected what she does. She will forever do what she is supposed to do, but she just has this person to help her in that by the time she leaves work after a very long day, she will come home, but she will find when this house help has done something, so she will build on that. So if we are demanding for equal opportunities, and me, a lady, I go out to work, the whole day I stay at work working, and that my husband is also working the whole day, it means by the time we all come back home, we are tired. So why would my husband sit there in the chairs and he expects me to go in the kitchen and start cooking, doing everything? I accept he's my husband, yes. I'm not saying he's not my husband, and I respect that he's still a man in the home. But let him also do something. Maybe let him come and do something. If he feels, let him help out, because at the end of it all, we've all been working, and the maid has done something for me. So I'll come back home, I'll be like, okay, maybe the maid has prepared something, let me serve my husband. I still respect that it's my husband and I still love him. So I strongly say women, employment is very important.
When we still on employment, Daisy, you know that sometimes women, like I said, they always neglect the do some homework at home. And also if women are employed and the man is not employed, women always underlook these men, yet some will always be, like she said, the man remains a man in the home or in the family. If a woman is employed and the man, let me say, is at home not doing anything, sometimes this woman underlooks this man.
So I think men just have inferiority complex when it comes to that. They feel, a man fears challenge.
Sure.
So they think when a woman makes money, then she's going to be like this. That is just a perception. That is called inferiority complex. That is the problem that men are suffering with. You get?
Sure.
Yes,
it's
it's in a man's mind. You get? But that comes with someone being not confident with himself. You get? Because if I'm confident with myself, why should I be worried that my wife is earning more than me?
Then this still goes back to you. If a woman is employed somewhere and neglects whatever he or she is supposed to do, if a woman, like, because I've been asking this before we came here for this show, but I asked men, like, what do you think is very important for a woman to work? And men, they say that if a woman works, sometimes they don't see where the money goes. They either send the money to their mothers in the village, whatever they involve their family. They don't involve, like, they can't come out and say, let us work in hand and construct something for our family as a family, me and my husband. They always use their money for something else. Pedicure, manicure, wearing
But
good
it's
clothes.
my money. Now, Sam, let's first clarify on something that you keep mentioning. Who stated that these chores are for this category of people and these ones are for this category of people? Who clarified that home chores are supposed to be women? Because to me, I feel if there is love and you're my man, a woman is supposed to be supporting. From way back when the Bible was, I don't know, from when God created a woman.
They weren't going for, like, equal opportunities. So
Exactly.
this is an equal opportunity. If I parent, pay for the water.
Yes, that is an
What women
agreement.
don't
That is
sometimes
an
do.
agreement that I'm supposed to have with my husband. You get? It is not supposed to come out into public. It differs from what you're saying that women forget about their chores. When you talk like that, you make it seem like that a woman is supposed, like you mentioned earlier on, that a woman is supposed to be washing dishes, cooking food. Says who? If we are fighting for equality, yes, opportunities, we are just saying that if I go to work, you go to work. When we come back home, let's share the chores that are home. You get? It's not only me to come back and start cooking and cleaning, and you just sit it there. Let's share this opportunity. That is what we are fighting for. Not that we want to be above you or we want to be beyond you or equal. We can never be equal. You get?
Yeah.
Because just like it's always been said that the man is the head of the family. So we just need to respect each other.
Okay, this is the last one. If you're in the family or with your husband, who is supposed to be superior in the family, according to you?
Define superiority.
Like, if we be in the family, and who is supposed to be holding the very big role, or supposed to play a very big role in the family?
Me, I believe there is no superiority. We just need to respect and understand each other.
Jackie, if you're married to your husband or your man, do you think your man is supposed to be superior to you when it comes to family matters?
Before I respond to your question, let me take you back a little. You talked of, you gave a point like when a lady is working and the man is not working, the man will feel like the woman is so above
Sometimes
him.
the woman underlook the man.
They underlook the man. But my question is, what happens when both partners are working? How come this man will not feel like this woman is underlooking me? So the problem comes in when a woman is working and the man is not working. It's just inferiority complex.
Exactly.
I would like to emphasize that.
Yeah.
It's not that this woman is underlooking her man. It is just because the man feels, okay, the fact that I'm not working, I'm staying home, okay, I'm taking care of the kids, and this woman, okay, she's looking good, she's just going to work. Maybe she's not respecting me anymore, but it's not that the woman is not respecting. It's just the man's perception at that point, and him being vulnerable, let's say at that point, that he's seeing the woman is so above him. Yeah.
Then to my question, if you're married to your man, who is supposed to be superior in the family when it comes to family matters? Who is supposed to decide that we are going to the beach, we are going to the beach, we are supposed to go to Hello Beach, not Little Beach?
I would strongly say no one is supposed to be superior in a family, and that is why as we women are demanding for equal opportunities. No one is supposed to be superior. We should all discuss as a family. I mean, when we get married in church, we are one. Husband and we become one.
Husband and wife.
Yes. So we should all give equal
opportunity to everyone.
Yes, exactly. And we should all give equal decisions to everyone.
Yes.
And then to add on, to take you back a little, when we talk about equal opportunities as we women, it doesn't mean that we are forgetting that this one is a man. And a man doing the work that you feel is meant for a woman doesn't mean that you as a man doing the work that is meant for a woman as you claim doesn't change anything about you. It doesn't take away anything.
Sure.
And just like we women are fighting so much to do the same work men do. So I would say a man doing the same work like a woman doesn't take away anything. So we should share the opportunity, the work. Yeah.
It's like women are taking lead in each and everything. Then still the question goes back to the viewers. Just drop your comment, just say whatever you want to say about this topic. Or do you think that employment opportunity is a problem to women? And if and if it's a problem, how does it become a problem? And how can we go about it? They are saying that opportunity and everything should be equal. Still, and they continue saying that reproductive health and rights is a problem to women and also girls in different areas in the world. And I don't now see the question goes back to how does it become a problem, and how can we go, if it's a problem, how can we go about it? For reproductive health, they always say, I don't know what they always say, then they are going to tell us what they always say before I bring in mine. And still going back to Jackie, right? How does reproductive health and right become a problem to women?
Reproductive health and rights.
Yeah.
I would say it's a very big problem, because when you look at Uganda, let me refer to Uganda currently, you find that women suffer more when it comes to reproductive health and rights. They suffer more and they are more affected. For example, pregnancies, then lack of information.
Yeah.
To when I talk about pregnancy, you find that, then also maybe family planning, you find that most women, when they are pregnant, especially, I'll forever refer to the village setting, but doesn't mean that it's not affecting the people within Kampala, within the city. When women are pregnant, they may not access health services easily, because when you look at the village setting, most health centers are far from where women stay. And when I'm heavy and I'm pregnant, especially look at the first trimester, those early stages whereby you're very weak, you're vomiting, and you need to go and access health services. It may be very hard for you to move a longer distance to the health center because you're not feeling well. So I say it still affects them. Then when it comes to issues like family planning, most women are not informed. Or women in the rural areas, their husband will tell them, the husband will be like, I want 10 kids. And she will fail to, because she is respecting the husband in a way and she's not informed, she will fail to access family planning, and maybe from here, so she will know that family planning is not good. So she will fail to access family planning and she will just keep giving birth. But at the end of the day, you have your 10 children, yes, you've given birth to them, but what happens if this man is no longer there? And remember, most women in the rural areas are not talking, either maybe they are digging, like the jobs they are doing are not really giving them much. So at the end of the day, women suffer.
Thank you so much, Jackie. Then Daisy, do you think like reproductive health and rights is a problem to women in our country, Uganda?
Yeah, I will just add on what Jackie said. Like she already mentioned, that so many services are not being met or are not accessible by the women, especially in rural areas. I will say a lot of women, I'm not really good at numbers, but I will say the highest percentage of women that die, actually, of people that die are women. And they die because of these unmet needs and with diseases that would actually have been resolved if the access to SRS services was easily available. Like she says, first of all, most of these health centers are very far. Like there's a lot of distance, there's a long distance to the health centers. I'll take an example of most of the rural settings. The health centers are like miles away. Take an example of a pregnant woman who has gotten the labor pains in the night, how does this woman get to that health center that is, let me say, from here, Nagoro, to, let's say the health center is in Rubaga? How does that woman leave her home in the night? First of all, there is no, the roads are very bad. They don't have means of transport. The person will either have to use a bicycle or have to borrow from the neighbors. You get, you're looking at all those chances. So by the time this person reaches the hospital, God forbid, she will already have lost her life. One, most of the health centers do not have the necessary service. For example, there are no drugs in health centers or clinics that are there. There are not enough doctors in these health centers to provide the services. So these women or children who get pregnant at early ages, first of all, need that special care, attention given to them by the doctor. So if there are no health personnel in the hospitals to attend to these patients, then that is a risk. Lack of information, the right information, the right information on SRH.
That you have Google nowadays which provide that information.
Which, if we have Google, how many people can access that Google? And for example, put in mind that now the government is taxing. Okay, no, taxes don't really fall in that. But how many people have these, what are the smartphones? You get, we are looking at the poorest person in my village, you get, who cannot even operate this normal analog phone, you get.
I get.
So how
That
do you
could be
expect
your
this
grandma.
person to get that information? It is really a very big challenge,
Yes.
I would say.
Definitely. Of course, with reproductive health and rights, of course, I also say it's a problem in our country, which is Uganda nowadays. People have no access to information. That's very right. People have no specialized doctors in health centers. Centers are very far. There's no medicine, overcharges from health centers, bribing doctors is too much. Doctors often focus on patients because they don't have money. Government should come in and receive a hand when it comes to private and right for the young people and also women everywhere in this country. Then we are going to go for a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to go on the second. I don't know. Then you can also drop your comment when it comes to reproductive health and right. How does it become a problem for women? How does it affect women? If a woman out there, how does this affect you and your community? Plus your girl is in your home. She could be not having sanitary pads. That's a problem also when it comes to reproductive and rights. Then you're going to go for a short commercial break. You're going to take some water. Then you're going to come back shortly after this commercial break. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Drop your comments. We are still going with these people, ladies. Daisy and Jackie. They are still taking us through. Welcome back, our viewers. Remember, we are still discussing problems that women face. I wish you guys see what kind of scene it was. It was bloody. Then remember we stopped on maternal health, and when we were discussing, we said maternal health have been discussed with reproductive and right. Remember, we have very many girls and girls who lose their life when they are giving birth. Maternal health is a very big problem long distance when they are going to give birth. No access to doctors in health centers, no doctors in health centers. And women also suffer when they are pregnant. There's no medicine, nobody to take care of them. Child marriage is going to discuss it, but maternal health, women die when they are giving birth. That's too bad. Then we are going to go to gender-based violence. Remember, like for the old episode that we have been shooting in November, we're discussing, we dedicate the whole that month to gender-based violence. And before we even proceed, I would like to take a moment of silence for brothers and sisters who lost their lives when they are on boat cruise. May their soul rest in eternal peace.
Amen.
Amen. The believers say amen, or even non-believers we say amen. Then we are going to go to gender-based violence. How does it? Because they're saying 1 in 3 women experiences physical or sexual violence in their lifetime. I don't know whether it's true or not. 1 in 3 girls or women face physical or sexual violence in their day-to-day life. I don't know how gender-based violence becomes a problem to a woman, yet it's also a problem to a man. Now they are going to tell us that arrangement is going to be. How does gender-based violence become a problem to a woman? Jacque, I would like to start with you.
First and foremost, like you said, gender-based violence involves both men and women, but females are the main target when it comes to gender-based violence, and this is usually derived from unequal power relationships. So, gender-based violence, you look at like women are mostly affected when it comes to gender-based violence, and this one I would relate it back to culture. Culture has groomed women in a way that they, leave alone some of us women who can come out to speak, who are empowered. There are those women out there who are not yet empowered, and culture has groomed them in a way that they are supposed to respect their husbands. The singers among the Waganda will groom you and they will tell you this is a man is like treated like this, you respect the man. Generally, you go in this marriage thinking, okay, I have to respect my man. These women will forever suffer, they will forever be tortured by their husbands, they will forever face rape, marital rape, because when you look at gender-based violence, it is any form of violation inflicted onto someone. And these women will forever keep quiet. They will not come out to speak because they fear either they will be laughed at, they will look at they will be the laughing stock of the village, or they will be judged, or someone will say that they failed to handle their marriages. So women are, I would say that women highly suffer when it comes to gender-based violence, because some women are beaten, like I've said, others are raped, which is not a good thing. And most women, because they are not empowered, they fail to come up to openly speak about it. Either they tend to shy away, or they feel they will be a laughing stock. Someone would feel like they failed in their marriage. And like among the Waganda, how the singers say it, they feel they've given you all the words, they feel they've talked to you well, and they don't expect you to come out of your marriage. So women will silently suffer, and they will forever be abused by their husbands.
Thank you so much, Jacque. Then when it comes to Daisy, like she said, gender-based violence, it's a two-way thing. Do you think that men beating up their women, do you think that women are supposed to go to police and report about this violence that happened in their families?
Yes.
And why?
I strongly believe that a woman should and must report a violation of her rights, because beating up a woman is a violation of her rights. You know that? Because I'll just go back a bit to define what GBV is. Gender-based violence is any kind of infliction, like a painful infliction that is put into someone in regards to violating one's rights. Like you said, beating up a woman, or mental torture, or verbal abuse, rape, marital rape, sexual rape or something, that kind of violence. So, if a man came up to me, or my husband decided to beat me up, it is a violation of my rights. No matter what the cause is, there is no one is supposed to raise their hands to beat someone. So to me, I strongly say that a woman must report this.
Don't you think, like, it depends on, like, a man can beat up a woman because maybe the woman has failed to cook food, eat food is there, and the man come out to beat a woman.
Is that reason enough for me to be beaten?
A man has gone to work, then buys food, leaves food at home, then you don't cook it. Of course, just no.
Doesn't the man have hands to cook the food if you want?
When you just come up from work, that's what I was talking about when it comes to equal opportunities. women sometimes.
But have you sat down to listen to why maybe that came up, to why she was unable to cook the food, if she is a stay-home mother? Because I do not think I am a stay-home wife, and then there is everything at home, and I will fail to cook food. There has to be a reason. That is why, at the beginning, I had said that there is supposed to be mutual understanding and respect. Before you beat me up, we need to sit down and have a discussion to why this led to that. You get?
Sure.
Yes. For me, I believe there is no reason enough for a man to raise his hand to beat a woman.
But there are also some women who beat up men.
Okay. There is no reason enough for anyone to raise up their hand to beat the other.
Sure.
No.
Okay, so you wanted to react on something.
Okay. What I wanted to raise is when it comes to gender-based violence.
Yeah.
Usually, when a man pays dowry for a woman, he will feel, there's a way he will feel like he has owned you. Just like I was having a conversation earlier before coming in. When a man marries you, they tend to change. And that one is so evident. From my friends, I've had stories about.
Of course, if I come and pay you for your family, that means you are my property.
No way. I'm not a property. I'm not a dog. I'm not an animal. You're not supposed to beat me. So it all goes back to, I think, communication and understanding in a relationship. You need to communicate. Maybe, like you said, this woman didn't pay her food. Maybe it was because the man didn't leave the money home. And he's coming back, let me call it Kameza. He's coming back home. This one is a stay-home mother. She's a housewife. The guy didn't have food at home. Sorry, money at home to buy. Then he's coming back expecting the woman to what? To have cooked. Maybe he's thinking he left money the previous day. But as women who stay at home, they have their own needs, they have their own demands. Maybe they even have parents. Maybe could have used the money to do something else. But yeah, as a man, before beating this one, have you found out why she has not cooked? Where was the money? Let's say you're claiming you left money. What did you use the money for?
I just want to add on the bit of dowry. Dowry has been the main cause of men.
Come and pay. Do you know how to look for goats, money, sheep, cows to bring in your family? Bring a full
dowry
for dance. Like
as you're talking about dowry, just remember that some of us, like me, who is coming from Buganda, they bring tomatoes, baskets of tomatoes. That is not enough for you to feel I'm your part.
No, we come and I know it comes to marriage. Like, come and say what do you want, then the family say
you built a mansion or not. It's not reasonable enough for you to treat me like that because you feel you paid dowry.
I think back then, actually, dowry was just a way of appreciation. You get? It's just a way of appreciation. I have groomed this girl from childhood. I have nurtured her. I have beautified her to the way that you have formed her. So you are just appreciating my parents. It's just that nowadays, people have decided to term dowry as a price. You get that I am buying this woman, which is very wrong because now that has led to men wanting to own the women as their property, which is very wrong. A woman is nobody's property. I am just a human being, just you.
Do you know that sometimes if women are living their homes and they are going for this marriage, their parents will tell them, whatever happens in your marriage, don't come back on this soil. You're supposed to be in your marriage. So that means even if a man beats you, whatever a man that do on you, so you won't go to the other side. If you go on this, you're not going to finish.
Which tribe is that? Times have changed. I talk right now. Me, Jacque, I'm married. But then I was going into marriage. They told me, your bed is still here. You can always come back in case things
This
fail.
man,
Leave alone those days whereby here they used to even cut their bed, they burn everything, and they tell you, you've gone, please don't come back. So I still have my room at my parents'
so
home. I
if
can
that
always
guy
go
beats you
back.
up, you just carry your things.
He's
and-
very respectful.
Anything can happen.
I just wanted to also put across that, like you had earlier said, that GBV is affecting women. Yes, it is really affecting women the most, like Jacque said, and it's really on a high level,
Yeah,
because
definitely,
because it is said that 4 in 5
Yeah,
victims
3 in 1
Women.
women experiences physical or
or
sexual.
sexual.
Yeah.
Women, but
Women.
in general as victims, when
Yeah.
you generalize the victims, 4 in 5 victims are women, meaning we are the most affected. I'm saying we because I'm a woman.
Yeah.
You get, we are the most affected. So people really need to understand this. But also women are living in denial because they fear to come out. How will the public, how will the
How will people see
community
me?
look at
Yeah,
me?
that my husband is in the middle
Then
of the
people
night.
saying such abusive relationships because of children, but also because they are not informed. They are not informed and they don't know their rights.
Okay. Let us proceed. Remember we were discussing like that topic was on gender-based violence. Remember we were discussing that women face in their day-to-day life, where they live and who they stay with, the problem that they always face, women and girls. And that we are discussing gender-based violence, and they are saying 1 in 3 women, 1 in 3. So if you see 3 women still somewhere, 1 has been going through either sexual or physical gender-based violence. If you see 6, those are 2 who are affected. So the number continue on going.
Can I just add something on sexual violence?
You have 2 seconds.
Some people do not actually know what some of the sexual violence offenses that they actually have. Most of them do not know that if a man, let's say, you are giving sex because someone has promised you something. Did you know that is an offense? It is actually a sexual violation.
Something for sex?
To someone's right.
Yeah.
If someone got, and some people do not know, some people who are married actually do not know that they have a right to say no
to
their
sex.
husband. You get. So
Don't bring back
a
that
man,
topic, please.
a man may rape you, and you cannot come out to say it, and yet they have actually violated. That's gender-based. That is sexual violence.
Okay. We are going to go to. Thank you so much for watching the show on social media. Like, remember we are discussing problems that women face, and drop your comments. Do you think that gender-based violence is one of the problems that women face? If it's yes or it's no, what is your comment about it? What do you have to say about it? Does it happen in your community? Have you ever violated somebody's right? If he's a woman or if he's a man? If a woman, have you ever violated your woman's right? If you're a woman, have you ever violated your man's right in any way? Then the next one is going to be child marriage. And they are saying that child marriage is one of the biggest problems. It's estimated that 144 million girls will become mothers or become married between 2011 to 2022. That's what WHO says. It's just estimated that 144 million girls will become married before 2001, between 2001 and 2024. I don't know how that becomes a problem to women and children, or with women and girls in this era of ours. Still, to go Daisy, do you think that child marriage is one of the biggest problems that women or girls face in this era of ours?
Yes. Child marriages has led to girls dropping out of school. Child marriages has led to communities being underdeveloped, because first of all, when a girl gets pregnant, the girl drops out of school, she doesn't get that education that would actually help her in future. Child marriages has led to death of so many young souls. Because first of all, they are young, they cannot give birth the rightful way, they are ruptured during birth, their organs are still very young to carry that baby, so It is really, really very big problem in our community.
Maybe when you go to Jackie, at what age do you think a girl should get married? Or should get married?
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you very much. At what age should a girl get married?
Yeah.
I'll strongly say one should get married when they are ready. When they feel they are ready. But at least not below 18 years. Above 18 years, when one feels they are ready. Because at 30 years of age, I may say I'm not ready. And that, because you know there is a difference between child marriage and early marriage. So if I get married, if I tell you that at 30 years I'm not ready, I'm avoiding what you may term an early marriage. And if I tell you that at 25 years I'm ready to marry, then it's very okay. So as long as someone is above 18 years of age, I would consider that person an adult. They can reason, they can understand. So when they take up a decision that they want to get married, it is very okay.
Then do you think if a child gets married, and she decides to go and marry to this man, because sometimes these girls decide, and if she gets married, what are some of the problems she may face into that marriage? Since you are into marriage, what are some of the problems that this girl is going to face in a marriage?
It's child marriage. We are talking of those below 18 years, right? Wow. First and foremost, I believe this girl who is below 18 years has not been fully exposed. For example, let's take an example. This girl, I believe, before someone has gone into the university level, their thinking is really still minor, as you hear, a child. She's not thinking straight, and she cannot take up decisions at that stage. So she will go into this marriage, and she will face a number of problems. Because remember, at times when you get married, you're not only marrying your husband, but you have these extended families. This young girl may not know how to handle the relatives of the husband, the in-laws, and she may not really know how to take decisions because she's still a child. When the husband stands, this huge guy talks, the girl will be intimidated. She may not even say a word. She will just keep accepting whatever the guy says. So at that point, I believe that this young girl is not ready to make decisions, to stand and talk. She believes she just has to respect the man, and she'll keep looking at the man like the dad, because the dad is also an older person. So she'll fail to make decisions. They'll fail to sit on the table and discuss as husband and wife, and she will forever just adhere to whatever decisions the man puts. If the man says, every day I'll give you 500 shillings, that will be it. If the man says, I want 10 kids, that will be it. This girl will never say no, because she is not informed and she has no one to lean on. So I think we still have a big role to play to educate these girls to know, not to admit, not to accept to go into child marriages, and to push further so that they are educated more and they go into their marriages when they've made their own decisions, when they've decided.
Thank you so much, Jackie. Then today is, what do you think are some of the leading causes of child marriage in Uganda?
The most is poverty. Most of the girls who are pushed into these marriages is because the families are really very poor and they cannot afford to continue providing for the girl child. But also because some of the girls drop out of school when they start their periods, they cannot afford the sanitary pads. So the families decide they feel, because most people, I will say still, the uneducated still believe that when a girl starts her period, that means she's ready for marriage. So I won't say, I'm not saying that menstruation is one of the causes of child marriages, but because they cannot afford the sanitary pads during this menstruation, most of them are pushed into child marriages. Those are the most two leading.
So that means if you are poor, you may lead your child into child marriage.
Yes, because most of the parents are looking at bride price as a way of getting you get, of getting something. So they are looking at, my girl can give me this, you get. So I will sell her off to this man who can afford, or who is giving me something in return.
So parents see that their girls are like treasures.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Maybe when Jackie have something to add on. And
Something to add on, one other cause of child marriages is that most of the parents, our parents, they are not informed. Most of them have not gotten a chance to access education, and it may sound rude, but the way they see things is different from a parent who has acquired education and they've been into school. So the fact that let's say my father has never been into school, but maybe has been successful in his life, he has grown coffee, he has some little money to survive, he may not reason like a father who has acquired education, who has been exposed. They are not exposed. So when this friend of his tells him, oh, I like your girl, blah, blah, I'll give you this, and he feels he doesn't have what the extent they are giving him, he'll be like, okay, I'll talk to her, maybe you can take her, something like that. So most of our parents who have children who have been into child marriages are not informed.
definitely. And we have seen that very many parents, mostly men, they always give up their girls when they go to Chinwe, where they take beers or where they take booze from. So somebody buys for him a bottle of beer or a bottle or a pot of marua, then says, I've given you my daughter. And then is then they go to take the daughter, then they are married the daughter. In few months, the girl is pregnant and she's no longer going to school. Then thank you so much for watching. We are still continuing with our discussion. Remember, we are talking about problem that girls face, girls and women face in their day-to-day life. And this one is going to be female genital mutilation, FGM. This has been a very big problem. Mostly, is it in the Bay region?
Yes.
That girls have been going through FGM, being circumcised like men. I don't know how that's done, but they're going to tell us. I don't know how that's done. How does female genital mutilation become a problem to girls? This we start with Daisy.
Like I said earlier on, we talked about violation of people's
Yeah.
rights. This is one of them. FGM is one of them. It's actually a violation to the right of a woman. It is one's right to enjoy sex. So it is believed that to them, they say that they cut off. They do that act because they want to reduce on the libido of women, on the urge of a woman to have the sex. So it is first of all a risk, because to some of them, some people who are really illiterate do not even know that when you share a blade, you can actually you get different kinds of infections from sharing the blade. But also the girl may bleed to death, you get, because I do not think that they have this educated health workers right there to attend to these children. I don't know if they have the first aid that they can provide to this girl just in case something went wrong. But also that environment where this takes place, how is that hygiene to this girl? So all that is a risk to the girl. So I think it is really, 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 and it is a violation of women's rights that should be put to an end.
When it comes to Jackie, how does FGM become a problem to girls? And you can take us through how it's done and who does it?
You understand?
Wow.
Yeah.
To
If
be
you know
honest,
about it, yeah.
how it's done, I've not witnessed that act being done, but I've heard over and over again. But also, when you look at creation, the way a woman was created and a man, a woman's private parts are inside, and for a man they're outside. So when they're carrying out, let's say, circumcision for men, it is very okay and it's very easy to do it. But when you look at a woman, it's like you're going inside someone, and like Daisy's mentioned, the bleeding that comes after, how are you going to control it? And also the practices they use. Then when they always claim that they do it because they want to reduce on the libido. I don't know how that reduces on the libido of someone, because I believe, I don't have the figures, but I believe when it comes to libido, the men have a higher libido compared to women. The men have a higher libido compared to women, because in a month, a woman made, okay, what I understand is that real strong sexual, in a month a woman may feel like having sex, maybe like twice, that strong feeling.
Then how many times does the men feel like one sex?
I think every day.
Every hour.
Every hour, and that's why they end up cheating.
Not really.
Yeah.
Thinking that every time they want to have sex, the woman will be there to satisfy their desires, which is not true. So, for a woman to feel, I'm looking for that word which you feel like you're high, or it's called what? Honey, like for a woman to get honey, to feel
like he's high,
like
okasuka, Luganda.
I think it doesn't happen always compared to men. So that reasoning of like carrying out the FGM to reduce the libido of women is so wrong. The reasoning is so wrong, and I think it should stop, because they're really violating the rights of a girl child. When I talk about it right now, I even feel like
they're doing it to you.
To me, I still think it is a violation. And because they do not want the women to enjoy the sex, remember, they are cutting off the sensitive part that actually puts you in the mood. Meaning, if you do not have that sensitivity in you, it is so hard for you to get in there and enjoy it.
Like to get to orgasm?
No. It is what makes you enjoy the sex. So they do not want the women to enjoy that. They are denying them their right to enjoyment. So
let me hope so. If my brothers and sisters, the Sebei leaders, I know you are watching. If you guys can stop this female genital mutilation, it's not good, because very many girls have come out and cried about it. If you're Sebei, you can drop your comments, the reason as why you guys do that, and why do you think we should stop it?
It should be stopped.
They are saying that we should stop it. Then for gender equality, we talked about it. Gender equality, it has been discussed. Did we talk about gender equality for all men and women? Then at least you were going to tell us what we have left out, since we are winding up the show. You're going to tell us what we have left out, what you guys want to add on, what the problem, some of the problems that women face, women and girls face in their day-to-day life. They're going to be telling us whatever that we have left out before we proceed to any other topic. Remember, this class was brought to you by Nampijja Network in partnership with China Uganda Fish Hospital. Come China Uganda Fish Hospital and get services. They are for free of charge. It's a government facility. Then to Nampijja Network, they provide friendly services to adults in 24 years every day. Don't forget to come and attend the teenage club trainings every Saturday. Then you guys are going to tell us what are the problems that we have left out. Then we start with the Jukwatako. The easy. You know, color is now named, red color has now been named to Jukwatako.
I think like almost the issues that women fall within, one of the already mentioned. Maybe what we forgot to talk about is women taking up leadership position. In most of women are still lagging behind
when it comes to leadership.
When it comes to leadership positions, yes. We won't say that they are not there. They are there, some of them, but to what numbers? Most of the women are still lagging behind, and they are fearing to take up those leadership positions, of which we feel that if women were in those leadership positions, a lot change, a lot of transformation would happen actually in this country. I believe so. Yes, you're looking at.
So you want a woman to become our? We have our Speaker of Parliament is a woman. We have very many women who are MPs in different areas. Then you want us to have a vice president who is a woman.
Not just a vice president, a president who is
I
a
knew that was coming.
A president. And if a woman led this country, believe me, you would just see the change. You would see the transformation. Are you seeing the changes that are happening in most of these ministries that women have taken up position?
Like which one?
like UNERA, like KCCA. Was this city like this before?
I knew that was
So,
coming.
so we encourage women to take up. We encourage more women to grab the opportunities and claim our space.
Sure.
Claim our space in those leadership positions. Yes.
So if you wanted to become a leader, which position would you take if you are given an opportunity?
The highest.
Which one is that?
The topmost. Which is that one?
Just
name the topmost and I'll grab it. Yes, then also forced marriages.
Forced marriages.
We talked about child marriages and early marriages, but we forgot to talk about the forced marriages, of which most of women these days are falling victim because they are forced into things that they do not want to be in.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as women, let's try to avoid such things and try to stand up for ourselves and speak out.
Like I've heard from my brothers, you should pull up your SOPs if you are in a position of being a leader. Yes, Jacque, what do you think you have left out from all what the pointers that you have been mentioning when it comes to problems that girls and women face in their day-to-day life?
We've mentioned most of them, but I'll talk of limited access to land and safe shelter. And this is mainly due to culture, discriminatory policies, and weak implementation of equitable laws in Uganda. You find that because most of the parents have a mentality that when a woman gets married, they will go away and belong to the other family. They will, when it comes to sharing of land or giving out of land, they may not give them because they know those ones have gone. Or if they are to give girls and women, it will be a smaller portion compared to what they are going to give the boys, which is very bad because still we have people, it is very absurd that we still have people who think that women are weak. And I mean, even when I, Jacque, I get married and I go to the other family, I can still come back and do something better in that land compared to what a man or a boy would do in that land. So that one is still affecting girls in that even boys, when you look at boys who have the opportunity to implement, to use the land, they will not utilize it fully, just like me, a girl child, I would. That is why we still fight for equal opportunities.
Then, before we go further, which words do you have to those men and women who force their child to go into marriage? The words you'd like to give to them?
I'd like to tell the world out there and whoever is hearing that child marriage is not good and it should be stopped. But also, it would go back to us, the human rights activists, to continue empowering girls, young girls, not to accept to go into child marriage, and also to continue. We should not only stop at the young girls, but we should also reach out to their parents. We cannot empower these young girls when their parents are not informed. We need to keep on informing the parents that this is a bad act. It is not helping your young girls in any way. It is making them miserable and traumatized for the rest of their lives, so it should stop.
Sure. Thank you so much. Then to Daisy, which words do you have to those girls or men and women who take their girls for female genital mutilation?
That's a tough one. Okay, to me, I will say female FGM is criminal. It is criminal, and I believe it is one of the acts that is still keeping those areas that are still doing it to lag behind. I believe that there must be high rates of infections that are taking place in those areas. So if I am to say, I would say I condone it.
You condemn that act?
I condemn that act, and it's criminal. That whoever caught doing it should actually face charges in the court of law.
Thank you so much. What are your last word to the viewers? You. Daisy, what are your last word to the viewers?
My last words to the viewers. Thank you so much for watching us. And I will say that to men, respect your women. And to women, know who you are, what you want in life, and go for it. Do not be put down by anyone. Do not be put down by words, because you are the driver of your life.
Thank you so much. That has been Daisy for you. Yes, Jackie, what are your last words to the viewers?
To our viewers watching us, I'm a feminist, and my message goes out to all
What do
women.
feminists do?
I'm giving my last words.
What do feminists do?
We'll
And-
talk about that off air.
Okay.
My
Okay,
message
proceed.
goes out to all women. Like, you should stop standing low on yourself. You should know your rights and have high self-esteem so that you can stand out there and defend yourselves and speak about what is hurting you, than keeping quiet and suffer silent. Thank you very much.
Then remember the person who is behind the camera, that's Chris, then the producer, Sultan bin Al Kalim, Sultan Events. Then thank you so much for watching. Drop your comments from all the topics that we've been discussing. Gender-based violence, that also equal opportunity for women, female genital mutilation. Then don't forget to go and get your family services, China French Hospital and most likely Nampijja network. Then don't forget to use the condom every time you go for sex. Remember, 1st December, it's World AIDS Day. We really want to stand with our brothers and sisters who lost their lives when had HIV. Then keep watching S Class. Don't forget to be part of S Class every time that it's always on air. Keep watching us. Stand with us in every plan that we go through. Thank you so much. See you till next time.